In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a course in Kartra. Now, your course itself is basically just going to be put inside a membership site, and it's really the membership site that we're going to be creating today. I'm not going to show you obviously how to structure your own courses because that's going to be unique to whatever it is that you're doing. Kartra allows you to offer your course content to your subscribers and obviously your paid members through various different portals, and it's the membership site that we're creating. Now, what I'm going to do in this tutorial is I'm going to show you basically how to create like two levels. I'm going to create a free level and then a paid level, and again, I'm not really going to populate them with content just to really keep the video short as possible, and then in another video I'm going to show you basically how you can give away your free module to subscribers as a bit of a tempter. So we'll get into it now. From your dashboard, what we're basically going to do is we're going to go and set a membership site up. If you haven't got any pages or anything in your membership site yet, what I would urge you to do is go and just create a page. But if you've already got some pages within Kartra, then you're going to be good to go, and I'll show you why shortly. So you're going to go from your dashboard and you're going to create my membership sites, because again, that's really what your course is going to be. And we're going to go and we're going to click on the big green button down here, which will basically allow us to start a new membership site. Now for this, I'm just going to call this dummy. Call it dummy site, but obviously you're going to call yours something a lot more creative because it's going to be your course to sell basically. We'll click on create. So on this page, it's basically just giving you the membership site details, okay? And this is what I was talking about the if you haven't got a page created yet, then go and create one. Because before you can move forward, you've got to tell Kartra where the sales and promotional pages. And if we haven't got one yet, or you're not going to have one, you're just going to offer it through your emails, then obviously you're not going to be able to put anything in there. So I just go and basically create a dummy page that I can put in here just to allow me to create the membership site itself. But you might have some kind of landing page, and it's that you're going to be using here. So I'm going to put a Kartra page, and I haven't got any sites or anything built in this account yet. So I've just gone ahead and I've created a page called dummy page, okay, and it allows you then to continue. And down here we've got password protection. So we want to password protect the site itself. So even like the free module that we're going to be giving away as like a bribe for the opt-ins, we're also going to password protect that. So we're going to click save on there and save on there, and then we're going to click save and next. And then this is really where we're going to be building the membership site out itself, okay? So we're going to launch the builder. Now what will happen is when you've got a new account, you're going to go through like a tutorial on each of the things that you do. So I'm just going to pause the screen and go through the tutorial itself, and when I get to the end of it, I'll basically show you what you need to be doing. So that brings you to the end of the tutorial, and you want to be clicking don't show again. Sometimes when you forget, obviously that tutorial keeps like popping up, so obviously when you're busy working and that, it can be a bit annoying. So we'll click let's get started. Okay, so you're going to be brought into this page here. And the great thing about Kartra is pretty much everything is drag and drop, and it tells you what you need to be doing. So I guess it's kind of like dummy proof in some respects. So obviously, like this is saying drag your sidebar content here, okay? So obviously your sidebar contents are here, and then we've got all like the post contents, header, top header contents, which will be this part across here, but we'll get into that later on. So, you know, you don't really need to be putting a great deal in here if you don't want to. Obviously, you can have progress bars, feature posts, you know, whatever product that you're doing. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag host across, because it won't let us continue if we don't put anything in there, sort of thing. So I'm just going to populate this with anything, okay, because again, it won't allow me to move on if I don't. So this is, and then we're going to click on save. Okay, so that just does that there. So obviously what you're going to do there, you're going to put, you know, whoever you are, and this is going to be, you know, welcome to the course. And again here, so this is home. So basically when people log in for the first time, this is the first page that they're going to see. Okay, so what I would do is I would, you know, sort of put like a welcome message in here. So obviously you can see here it says drag your post content. So we're going to start just putting things in there. So you're going to put like a headline in, and then a little bit of text. And again, all I'm really going to do, I'm just going to like populate a little bit of information in here, just to sort of see, so you can see how it looks. So I'll pause the video just while I fill that in. Okay, so I've just basically, you know, populated some just some information there, just so that you can see what it looks like. And just as a quick, like a brief guide, that when you just want to make any changes to anything, you just, obviously when you hover over it, it turns purple. You just click inside it, and then obviously you can write whatever you want, sort of thing. And the same with you know, titles and everything else, and that's the same across the board. So anything that you put into your course itself, obviously that's how you make all the changes and stuff like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create our categories, okay? And your categories are going to be basically your lessons or your actual course structure itself. And the way to do that is your bar here. So obviously you've got your top menu. So where the home button is, if you kind of look into the far right, I have sort of like highlighted it in the video anyway. You'll see like the little icon that's got the pencil in it. We're going to click on that. And that basically allows us to add your category. So you'll click on category, and then you'll then create, you'll edit the category. So I'll go ahead and add a couple of categories, because it's literally, you just click on edit and then obviously change the name of it. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and do that now. Okay, so I've just obviously added like free course and paid course, because again, this is just going to be like a basic structured site. So we're going to click on save. That then gives us like our two, you know, our two categories here. So we're going to click on free course first, because this is where we're going to start, you know, actually building the course out itself. And this is really where you're going to be putting your lessons in, okay? And again, to really do that, and obviously it tells you here, drag your post content. So what you're going to do is you're going to start creating posts, and your posts are going to be your lessons. So I'll go ahead and I'll just drag and drop a couple of like posts over, then I'll explain what I've done. Okay, so I've created the first lesson, okay, and basically what you're doing, which I'll show you shortly, but you just drag new post across there, drop it in, and then it populates. So again, I mean, this area here is just where you're going to be putting all of your content. So we will probably have a headline in there, and then a little bit of text, and then maybe a video. So what I'm going to do, again, I mean, you can see it just literally is like drag and drop, or drag the video over there. It's going to ask you to, you know, put a video in there. So I'll do that shortly. So what I'll do is I'll just populate a couple of bits and bobs in here, just to sort of show you what it looks like, and then we'll put a video in, and then you can see how it all ties together. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just put a video in there, and I will basically, I'll put something in from YouTube, really, just to show you how it looks. Okay, so I've just gone and grabbed a URL. So you're going to put a video in, And it's like, obviously Kartra allows you to upload videos, so we won't really get into that being a different video, but it basically allows you to upload videos. So if you put your own video up, obviously that would be the URL that you're going to put in, because when you click on that, it will basically say where's your video. But we're going to go into YouTube, and we're going to put that in there. So I'll just paste that in. And again, it allows you to do Wistia and Vimeo as well, which is basically the same process. So we'll just put that in there. So, you know, that would be your first lesson. Okay, and again, this is going to be your free course. And then when you want to create more lessons in, what you do is you go to content and you drag over post content. Post name, so this is going to be your lesson name. So obviously this then becomes clickable when your site's created. So we're just going to call it lesson 2. If you want to put post description in there, what happens is, in fact, what I'll do, I'll put it in to show you, and obviously the category is going to be in free course. It kind of auto populates. But if you wanted to put it in, obviously in a different course as well, you could, but we'll keep it in paid course, free course, and you can put an icon, but I don't really bother with all that. But again, this is going to be your course, so you can, if you want to put icons in there, just have a play about with it to see how it looks. So we're going to click on save. And that basically gives us lesson 2. And obviously what happens is, when you want to, when you've put that post content on, it auto populates it here. So you can basically work on that. But if you wanted to structure your whole site first, you can just drag all those across. And then when you want to change them, you click on edit. So it'll be like lesson 1, then you click save. And it will take you to lesson 1, so you can go and re-edit it. But we're doing lesson 2. So we'll click on save. Now the description, when you hover under here, look, that's where the description comes. Okay, so obviously lesson 1 hasn't got one, lesson 2. So again, if you wanted to put that into your lesson, into your course itself, obviously lesson 2, it would be, this is all about, whatever. So if it was all about list building, this is all about list building. Personally speaking, I don't really bother. I just basically, leave them as they are. And obviously, because the lessons itself, I might call it lesson 1 and then list building, something like that. So we will go ahead and just again populate some information in here. Again, just really to go over it, and then text, and then another video. And then we'll just put that same URL in. So that's literally all it takes. You're just going to drag and drop things across to basically build all your lessons out. So what I'll do is I'll go over to the paid course and just basically start the process off again. And again, I'll just pause the video and auto populate that, because just to really save time more than anything else. Okay, so I've just pre-populated obviously like a little bit of information there, just to sort of really put something in there, because obviously when we get to the next stage, if you haven't got any lessons or any content in there, then it won't allow you to move on, which I'll explain to you when we get there. So that's basically your main structure of your membership site, or that's the main structure of your course. You're just really going to pre-populate all of your lessons, and what I've done is obviously I've set this up as like a 2-stage or a 2-tier course, so that I can show you in another video how to give away the free content, and obviously then the paid content is going to be paid content, which you'll sort of put through the sales process. Now, just briefly, these things across here, and again, it's just really a matter of playing about, because obviously what it's going to do is going to change like the sidebar. So this will be this area here. So, you'll click on there and it'll put it over there, or you'll have 2 sidebars. And also like your accents here, this is going to change all of the different colours. So like your header accent, okay, this is going to change this area here. Sorry, the header, and then obviously the accent, it's going to be what colour these are. So you know, if you had that black, for example, I will change it to black, and then you could change the accent of these here. So really, that's how you structure your site itself, or you know, you actually structure the course. What we'll now do is we'll go on to actions, and you want to be clicking on Save Progress. Just briefly, this kind of says choose your template, so that's the one that we're probably using now, which is a basic one. And I'll just show you these. We'll do a preview on it. Okay, so this just really just shows you what all of your different templates would look like. That one looks quite good as well. It just kind of gives you, you know, like a different feel to your membership site. You know, rather than all being, you know, just basically static, which you tend to find with some of the other competitors. You just get like one, you know, like one template and that's it. But I'm a bit old school, really. I kind of like that old original one. So we'll click Save and Exit, and then that will take us back to the actual area here that we're going to carry on with the creation of it. Okay, so we're going to click Save and Exit now that we've put all of our content in there. Now, again, you're going to be able to come back and make changes to this anyway. So all we're doing is we're just basically creating the main course, you know, structure and content, and then obviously then we can go back in and we can start changing things. So enable comments, basically what it's doing, this is asking you, do you want people to make comments on your posts? So, you know, in some of the courses that I've seen in the past, you can, you know, that they'll kind of ask you, you know, what's your best takeaway from this lesson? And obviously, you know, it allows people to comment. So you would put, you know, like check these over to say yes, you want, you know, people to put comments in there, or leave them unchecked where obviously they can't comment. So we'll click Save on there. And that's just basically telling you that, you know, obviously enable comments is 0, and the comments are off is obviously 3 posts. And we'll click Save and Next. And this is basically where we're going to be creating our levels of access. Okay, so this is really important. So obviously your lessons are going to be put here, or your categories. So again, what I did is I created a free course and a paid course. Okay, so level 1 is just going to be that access. So obviously if somebody's got the paid course, they will get all of the levels, and we're going to add a new level, and I'm just going to put paid level. But obviously you could have gold, you know, gold, silver, platinum, that kind of thing, or silver, gold, platinum, however it would be. So obviously paid level 2. I'll turn that off. I got that bit wrong, didn't I? So obviously standard level is the free level. So they're just going to get access to this, okay? And then obviously this is going to be like your level 2. So level 2 is going to be the paid, and that gets access to everything. That's what I meant to say. Now, instant access. Okay, so what happens is when people get into your membership site itself, instant access, does that give them instant access to all of the content straight away? If that's the case, then obviously leave those as that. But what it allows you to do, it allows you to either drip feed it, which would obviously be this here. So obviously if they signed up, and each of, you know, if you had like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, for example, okay, so like this paid course was like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, what you would do is you would change this to unlock the post, whatever it would be. So your first ones, your first posts are going to be instant access, so that would be like week 1. Week 2, you would say then like 7 days afterwards. Okay, I'm not going to do that obviously because it won't allow us to get into the content until 7 days afterwards, but that'd be 7 days after sign up. And then, you know, like week 3 is obviously going to be 14 days after sign up, or whatever, you know, whatever it is that you want to put in. And that's basically what's known as like either drip feed or drip content. Okay, I'm going to put those back to instant access. Okay, so once we've done that and we've added all of our access levels, obviously we're just going to recheck. So the free course, they only get level 1's the free course, so they only get that. Level 2 is going to be the pay course, so they only get basically they get everything. And we'll click save. So that's saved that. Now what this is asking is manage lock post. Okay, so what this is basically saying is posts outside the user's access level. Okay, what it's saying is do you want to show that level of access? So when they sign up to the free you know, when you give away that free content, do you want your users to be able to see the rest of the content but it's locked, or do you only want them to see that only one category that they've got? And that's how you do that here. Okay, so basically what you got is don't display locked posts in the navigation bar. So obviously that's self-explanatory. When they get their level of access, okay, they either see the post that they've paid for and that's it, they don't see anything else. You can put display post but keep it unclickable, so obviously it's kind of like a teaser, and then, you know, well, this one here is going to be the teaser. So basically what they'd do is they'd click on it and it would open up a pop-up and say, you know, oh, you know, if you want this awesome content, then click here to buy, you know, that kind of thing. So I just basically leave mine as don't display. So obviously each level of membership that they've got, they only see what they've got, you know, they don't see all of the other content. We'll click save and exit, and then we'll click save and next. Okay, now this is basically telling us about a progress bar. So you've probably seen them in some of the membership sites that, you know, you've got access to, that you've paid for, where, you know, when you're doing like a course like this, it basically shows that progress bar. So you're 15% through your course, you're 20% through your course. So I guess basically it's kind of like this. It just tells you that you're sort of like a percentage done in your course. I kind of feel that they're probably a little bit restrictive, but I mean that's only my personal opinion. So so you basically say no, you don't display the progress bar. Yes, display the progress bar and force linear progression. So what that basically means is they cannot move forward in the course until they've completed that part of the course. Okay, and then this final one is yes, display the progress bar, but do not force linear progression. So again, that just allows them to go through the whole course. You know, it won't stop them until they've actually reached that part in the course that you want them to. Now, you know, you could put something like a quiz in there just to test them on their knowledge of what it is that you've been teaching them. You know, or, you know, they have to watch that last video, or they have to, you know, whatever. So that's basically those three there. I'm going to leave this again today. I'll just leave this as I don't want to display that progress bar, but you can basically have a play about with that. Okay, so I'm not going to put a customer support, but again, if you're going to create a course in your Kartra account and you're going to, you know, obviously have your own support desk in there, because obviously when people are paying for your course, obviously they do expect support. So this is where you'd put that in. And again, we're not going to go into customer support today. We're going to do that in a completely separate video. This is all about creating the course itself. But this is really where you'd put it. So you'd basically turn it to on, you'd change it, and then you put Kartra help desk, and obviously it's going to be your help desk that you've created. But I'm going to click save because there's no support there. and we're going to click save and next. Okay, now this is like really important, okay, because we're going to create something a lot later on, and it says send a welcome email or don't send a welcome email. Okay, what you want to do is you want to leave this to send a welcome email, because basically what's going to happen is this: when people sign up, Kartra automatically sends them their login details. Okay, and if you don't have this, then obviously what happens is, you know, they're not going to get their login details, and you're going to have people that are going to be a bit annoyed, because obviously they're going to pay, they're going to sign up, and they're not going to get any login details. And I'm sure you've done it as well, where, you know, you'll go and pay for a course, and then it's like, well, where's my login details, you know, and then you're obviously like firing off you know, angry emails to support to say I can't access the course itself. So we're going to leave it as send a welcome email, and we're going to click save. And this is basically what it does. Okay, so obviously it's got your login information, so you can put anything you want, because obviously this is going to be the headline, you know, of the email itself. So you're going to put hi first name or something like that. Here's your login information to XYZ course. And then you can obviously like put like a welcome message here, but what you don't want to do is you don't want to change any of that, because obviously that's what Kartra sends out. So that's basically pre-populating obviously the login URL. It's obviously the email that they signed up with, and it's going to auto generate a password for them. Okay, so you know, I wouldn't really change any of that at all. And obviously if you want to make any changes to your welcome email to make it personal to them, and then obviously then that's what you would do. So once you've done all that, you will then click save, and then save and next. So this brings us to the automations. Now at this moment in time, we're not going to really do anything with the automations, because again, that's going to be for a completely new video. So this is just the core structure. This is how to put it together, because what we can do then, we can come back and make all changes to this at a later date. So that's it. You know, we've come to the end of the actual structure itself, and this is basically how to create the course in Kartra. Obviously, you know, your course is going to be a lot more in depth. You're going to have a lot more lessons and stuff like that. In the next videos that I'm going to create in this series, obviously I'm going to show you how to do all of the automations. I'm going to show you how to give the free level of access, and that's going to be coming up in another video. So thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you in another video.